day gardeners and seed distributors. It's September 2025 and we've officially kicked off our Seed Share SA 6-month program for all of you guys. Today we'll be showing you how we are planting our seeds in our garden. As most of you would have seen, we have 10 different seed packs and this is how we plant those seeds. So a little bit about the seeds. The seeds we've chosen are easy to grow more or less anywhere in South Africa. Some of the seeds don't like to be transplanted and we'll be showing you how we plant them in our garden. The seeds for this season is spinach, beetroot, mustard. The mustard has a little M on it, kale, which looks a lot like mustard, tomatoes, pumpkin and butternut variety, sunflowers, coriander, lettuce, and then carrots. So the seeds that don't like to be transplanted are carrots. Carrots we plant directly where we want them. Sunflowers also don't like to be moved that much, and I know more or less how I would want my garden to look and where I want these flowers, so I'll be planting them directly where I want them. The coriander, same story. They don't like to be transplanted, so I'll be planting them in my seedling bed and I'll be leaving them there throughout the season. Let's get started. So you can see here I've made some furrows where I'll be planting my seeds, and this is just for demonstration purposes. So first I'm going to start with my kales. So once again, the kales are the ones that doesn't have an M on it, and I'm just going to choose a couple of seeds and I'm going to lightly sprinkle them like that, and then I'll cover them and just pat them. I don't think I want to plant my mustards and my kale together because when they come up they look more or less the same. So next I'm going to go with my beetroots. Beetroots don't mind being moved that much. They're quite resilient, and in my case, in my garden, I've seen that the beetroots actually do a lot better when they're moved. And I want to make sure that I clearly mark where I've planted. Okay. The next one I'm going to do is spinach. For us, September, spring is the perfect time to get planting for a new garden. So now we're going to plant our lettuce seeds, and then we're going to move on to our tomatoes, and then we're going to move on to our pumpkins, and we're going to do it exactly the same as we did the others. With the pumpkin and butternut variety, I'm going to do it a little bit different. So I'm just going to make little holes as the seeds are a bit bigger. I'm going to plant them in there. For those of you who don't know, these like to vine all across the garden floor, so they do need some space. Now I'm going to plant my coriander exactly where I want them. I like to have them at the edge of the bed because when I come out from the kitchen, I just quickly want to snip some and put them in my food. Corianders, you can eat the leaf, the stem, the roots, the seeds. So it's a lovely plant or herb to have in the garden. And they don't mind being close. Actually, they do a lot better when they are close. And that's just how I'm going to plant them. Alright, now I'm going to plant the seeds that don't like to be moved, which is the carrots and the sunflower, directly where I want them. Let's go. So we're in the garden where we are planning to plant our carrot seeds. Carrots don't like to be moved, like I said, and they also don't like to be too close together. So the gardener goes through a process where they do thinning out. That means you pick out the carrots that are closely planted together after they've germinated. We want to avoid thinning out as much as possible. So what we're going to do, we are going to try and space our carrots as nicely as possible. As you would know, as a gardener, seeds are so precious. So to lose one single plant is to lose a whole new generation of seeds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some carrots in the palm of my hand, and that might look like a little, but actually it's a lot. Then I'm going to put some soil in my hand, I'm going to sprinkle the carrots, and I'm just going to give them a nice mix. This just means when I'm sprinkling, I ensure that there's a little bit more space between the carrot seeds. And this little bit of carrots can do this whole bed here. So what I've done, I've taken a hand space and I've cleared out a row like that. So I'm just going to sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Sprinkle some more and moving along. The temptation would be just to plant, 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 but I promise you, the spacing needs to be absolutely perfect. And this is what it's going to be. I'm going to close them up. And I'm just going to pat them just so that it's got some nice contact with the soil. And that's our carrots. Now I'm going to plant my sunflowers. I've thought about where I want them. I've thought about how they grow. Sunflowers grow super tall, so I want to plant them on the outside of my garden where they won't be making any shade for other plants. So now I'm going to plant my sunflowers. We added sunflowers to our seed packs because number one, for those of you who have chickens, these are great to include in feeding your chickens these. They are absolutely beautiful in the garden and they attract bees as well. So sunflowers is always my go-to for a beautiful summer garden. Here we go. I'm going to plant one, close it up. Another one, close it up. Another one, close it up. And I'm going to continue this all at the edge of my bed. That's it for now. All that's left is to water my seeds and write it in my annual garden planner, which Michael is going to tell you more about. Happy planting, and we can't wait to see how you've planted and what grows from your lovely garden. Cheers for now, guys.